Good morning. Happy Wednesday. This is Keelin Clark coming at you. And because it's Wednesday, I wanted to kind of do a recap of what I've been focusing on all week. And the overarching theme this week is listening. And so we started on Monday with manners. And yesterday I talked about meditation and the power of meditation. Today I want to talk about mentoring and coaching because it's something very near and dear to my heart. Tomorrow we're going to talk about one of my other very, very near and dear to my heart causes, and that is Toastmasters. And on Friday we're going to do a recap. I'm actually going to be, so it'll be interesting to see what the landscape looks like. So anyways, let's get right to it. So today I want to talk about mentoring and coaching because I'm actually a life coach and I have been for several years. And when I was thinking about like how I got into this profession, I thought all the way back to when I was in middle school and high school, and I worked for Big Brother, Big Sister. You know, that was it was a program where high school students work with elementary school kids. And even I think in the 6th grade, we had the Great American Smokeout, and we were paired up with kids who are younger than us. So I really am thankful to my education in Vermont for teaching me these kinds of connection tools that are now serving me so well here in the future present. And, you know, life coaching has become something that is more mainstream than it was 5-10 years ago. And I wanted to talk about it because I want you guys to understand the power of it. So these lives that I'm doing, I'm basically giving away all of the things I've learned, right? All of the tools that people actually pay me to learn. And I wanted to do that because I feel that it's really important to share. And my focus is always to educate, entertain, and empower. So if you guys are interested in that, this is where you want to be, for sure. Because my commitment to you every day at 8 a.m. Pacific is to empower, to educate, and entertain you. So with that said, back to the coaching part. It took me a long time to figure out how to feel comfortable. And that doesn't mean that every single day I am waking up and feeling great in my skin, but I've come a long way. I'll be 39 in October. And, there's these moments in life where you're like, well, am I there yet? Am I the person that I'm supposed to be? And it's kind of that big question of life. And what I found really helpful in helping me basically find my own liberation is I worked with mentors and coaches. And how does that apply to my overarching theme this week? Listening. Well, the best coaches I have ever had were the ones who gave me their attention and listened. And my job as a coach is to listen to really what you want and what you need, right? You're going to tell me everything I need to know, but it's my job as a coach to support you and guide you and help you overcome those self-limiting stories that we all make up. I'll give you a little antidote here is that I dye my hair all different colors all the time. And it all started with me putting in just a little bit of a blue extension in my hair. And I worked for the corporate world, and it was very, very risky for me. I was taking a really big chance having a little bit of blue in my hair. I had black hair at the time, a little bob. And, just doing that one thing, taking that one little step really opened up a lot of doors. Because there was something inside of me that said, you want to do this. You want to have crazy hair color, let's say. And there's a reason for it. So when I started listening to that inner spirit, or I call it my inner liberty, things started really shifting for me. Okay, so here I am now, an artist. I've got Lady Liberty. She's my alter ego, and then is an empowerment coach. And the clients that I work with, I'm in the videos as Lady Liberty. I'm pretty kind, and I'm kind of silly and childish. But as this coach, I know that I step into this power because what I get to do is step into a power with you. And we get to work together in order to liberate your own greatness because everybody has it. There's not one person out in this world that is not here for a reason. And that reason, only you know inside of you. But oftentimes we're not listening. We don't have time to listen, or we're too focused outward. We're looking at all the colors that are in the outer parts. What I get to do with you is really tap into what's going on inside. And it could be, maybe you have a higher being that you talk to. Maybe it's inside of you. Maybe it's a pet that you could tell all of your secrets to. But either way, there's something inside of you that's tugging, right? And for me, mine was to really tap into the Statue of Liberty and figure out what she held for me. And when I really looked at her and I was able to embody what she literally stands for, so many things shifted for me. And I still think it's a little ridiculous sometimes. Like, I have to laugh at myself. I'm pretty much obsessed with a statue. But she's my guiding light that helps ground me and liberate me in order to be able to do the work that I was really put here to do. And that work is to educate, entertain, and empower you guys. And I couldn't have done any of this without the mentors and coaches I have hired, I have listened to for years. So what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to drop a link in if you guys want to talk to me one-on-one a little more about this. My accountability, my coaches gave me accountability, basically. And they held me to what I said I wanted. Now, what I said I wanted has changed oftentimes. At one point, I wanted to be a music lawyer. At one point, I wanted to run away to Ireland and go to theater school. Like, all these things shifted and changed. But there's always been people with me that, even though they've changed a little bit, they've reminded me of those goals and helped me kind of straighten out a bit. And that's what I get to do for my clients. And it's such a pleasure to watch someone just kind of open up and blossom and bloom. And my coaches, they stand for me and I stand for my clients. So we have all these stories in our head, and someone may come to me with a problem that they have, and they'll stand there and I'll let them talk to me for a couple minutes, and I'll listen to the story, and oftentimes it's all a story. Really what it is usually they're about to break through and get what they actually want. But that little thing in their head is telling them that they can't do it. And instead of listening to hear the inner liberty, they go back to listening to hear. And we all do it. And what my job is as a coach is to make sure you get to keep tapping into this. And the secret is listening. We all listen. And the more we listen to our inner liberty, the more we hear. And the more we understand, and the more answers we get, and the less questions we have to ask. I call it magic, but it's not really magic. It's really, really simple skills that sometimes we just need a little bit of help. And that's what the coaches are for. So even if you don't connect with me necessarily, I highly recommend you guys going and finding someone and just doing a discovery call or an inspiration call with a coach. Maybe it's a relationship coach or a food coach, whatever. I focus on life because it's all inside of you, right? But we all can find someone that will hold us accountable, will stand for us even when we're in our own bullshit. And that person's out there for you. So if you want to talk to me more about it, again, I'm going to put a link to set up a call with me. And again, these are really about me sharing these tools and sharing what I've really learned throughout all of these years. And manners, meditation, Toastmasters, connecting, all of these things are those little tools that gel it all together. And finally, I'll say that all of us have special gifts to share. So once we can kind of start listening to our own and our liberty and our own voice inside of us, that really, clearing out the ego and really tapping into the heart, what we then get to do is start sharing what we know in our own power with the world. And then we get to give back, which is really, really rad. So with that said, I need to go actually jump on a call with my coach, Anna Paula. She is amazing and beautiful, and I love working with her. She always sets me straight, and she lets me guide. So I will catch you guys all tomorrow and more on this. And I can't wait to share with you all Toastmasters, which is a public speaking group. It is sometimes veiled in secrecy. It's really not that secret. It just happens to be all over the world. And it was actually founded right here in Orange County almost 100 years ago. So I can't wait to share with you guys more about that. And again, I hope this is helpful. If you have questions, let me know. Set up a call with me. And for now, air hugs. Thanks for joining. Bye.